Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this horseshoe you see on the screen right now. This is a good beginner to intermediate tutorial. The whole idea of this tutorial is to show how to first create the horseshoe, and then we have to put holes in the horseshoe, which makes it much more complicated than just doing the horseshoe. Basically cutting the horseshoe out of the rectangle and then cutting the holes in the horseshoe. In a very simple way, this is a very easy tutorial. This picture you can get online anywhere. Just run it through an SVG converter. Free online. I use SVG Trace. If you use that one, make sure you slide the simplify button slider all the way to the right. And I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed, cannot use my hands, so we'll be in the way a little bit. And I use a sip and puff handicap controller. You may hear me sip on it once in a while. I do edit it out the best I can, but I can't always get it all. And we can go right to Fusion, my favorite place. Now to bring in your SVG file, you do it right here in Fusion. Go up to the top, to the left, to Fusion. Go to Import, SVG. Should take you right to them. If not, go to your downloads. That's where you'll find it. I always make my pictures 1920 by 1080 before I run them through the SVG converter. Before I open these up, I always double click on them. I should say before I ungroup them, I double click on them. The reason being because some of these can have hundreds of nodes, literally hundreds, and you can chase your tail for hours trying to delete them all. If they do, I will right click on them, copy them, and paste them outside the box. And when I get what I need, I just delete the whole node. There's not many here, so we'll go ahead and close it, and then we'll ungroup it. So right click and ungroup. Now we want to pick through these and get all the ones we need. Put it in viewer 1. I will fast forward through this part, but before doing so, make sure you get the rectangle as well. You're going to highlight them and look up in viewer 1 and see them all right there. Okay, the rest we can delete. Before I do that, I like to highlight them all. Make sure we have every one in viewer 1, and we do. So click away right about here. Shift spacebar, sPolygon. We need to make 6 more of these, so we'll copy them, right click. Click right below it, so nothing's highlighted, right click, and paste. I'll do that 5 more times. Okay, now we'll bring the other nodes over. I think I need one more. I think we need, I need 7. Eight, I'm sorry, we need 8. Let's find the rectangle, the outer perimeter, bring that down to the bottom. Then the horseshoe, bring it down to the next one. And the rest don't matter. Okay, now we have to take all the data out of the SVG nodes and put it into the sPolygon. We're going to do each one on the way down. I'll show you on the first one, and then I'm going to fast forward it. Take the first sPolygon and put it in viewer 2. Then with this one selected, you want to highlight that and right click on any one of the points. Go down here to the bottom, up to copy, then select the sPolygon, then go to viewer 2 and right click, go to the bottom again, and paste. Now we have all the same information in this node as we have in that one. Now I'm going to go right on down the line and do all these. Okay, everything's transferred over. Click right here, click away. Shift spacebar and sBoolean. Right above it. Third one up, click away. Smerge. Connect these in the order that I am. That one into the yellow. That one into the green. You can put it in viewer 1 if you want, and you'll see everything's way up to the right. With the Boolean node selected, shift spacebar, and extrude. Put that in viewer 1 now. You'll see it's way up to the right, not in the right position. So select the sBoolean, shift spacebar, and S transform. Up in the inspector, under the Y-axis or the Y size, go 1080 divided by 1920. Now you'll see it looks about the correct size, but we have to line it up. So go to extrude, go to transform. On the x-axis under translation, go minus 0.5. Now look at viewer 1, it moved it over. Now go minus 0.27. And look at viewer 1, now it's down in the middle. Let's go and line the pivot points up. So go to pivot. On the x-axis, when you move that to the right, you see the pivot point move. Be 0.5. And on the y-axis, 0.27. And I like to close the pivot window so we don't make a mistake later. Okay, with the extrude node selected, shift spacebar, and transform 3D. And then go to the toolbar and grab a render. Pipe it into the render into the media out, put it in viewer 2. Now you should see it up there. Right up here, there's a little light switch. Sometimes it helps to switch that to see the 3D better. Speaking of that, let's set that up now. Let's go back to the extrude. Under controls, take the smoothing angle all the way up to the right, and the extrusion subdivisions all the way up to the right. Set the extrude at 0.03. I'm going to put a little bit of bevel depth and width. I like 0.0063. Looking at viewer 1. I have to go back to the extrude or transform. If you look in viewer 1, the pivot point is on the back. We want to put that in the center. If you remember, we put the extrusion at 0.03. We want to make the z-axis and the pivot half that, so go 0.015. Now if you look in viewer 1, your pivot point should be in the center. While I'm thinking about it, select the render node. Go up here to render type, switch it from software render to hardware. That'll help it render out faster. Okay, back to the extrude. Under controls, go to custom. Because right now under classic, the edge has like a chiseled edge on it. I want to make that more rounded. I'll do that in custom here. You want to come in 2 vertical lines. And if you screw this up, just right click in the box. And down here to reset. Highlight these bottom ones, bring the handles all the way out. Highlight both the top ones at the same time. Then hit F for flatten on the keyboard. Drag both the handles all the way out. Now if you look in viewer 1, it's got a nice rounded edge on it. I like to take those subdivisions all the way up and leave the window open. If you close it, you go back to the chiseled edge. Unless that's what you want. Okay, select the sBoolean. Shift spacebar, and we'll get another sBoolean. Now when you add that, you should have nothing in either viewer. I'll explain the settings on the booleans in just a moment. Because by default, they're on intersection. We will have to change one of them. Let's connect one. What you're going to want to do is select the second boolean and go up here under operations. Go to subtract. Now you should have your horseshoe back. First one stays on intersection. If we switch that one, it's just going to invert it like what you see on the screen. Okay, now as we connect all these to the merge, you'll see all the holes appear in the horseshoe. That looks good. Let's go ahead and put a shader on. I'm going to put chrome. You can put anything you'd like though. So go up here to effects, templates, fusion, shaders, and pipe that right into the green input of the extrude. And now you should have chrome. Now if you want to animate this or anything, we could do it right in the transform here. Or size it under scale. Make it a little larger. See it in viewer 2. And the y-axis under rotation, we'll rotate it. So right click on the Y, modify width, anim curves. Now we just created this modifier up here. So we'll go to modifier. Change under the scale here, the 180, let's go to 540. And if you want to set it at an angle, the offset, just rotate that and you can have it at an angle. Like something like that. This is what we have going at 5 seconds. The longer you stretch it on the timeline, the slower it'll go. If you want it rotating faster than that, you can always go back to the modifier. Select the transform. And change this value here to whatever you want. 720, 1080, or what, you can experiment with it. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.